live at some point. Apparently, he thinks he has a job and he does something. I am on the line right now. You know what? You're First of all, you're not some people. Second of all, what I'm going to try and do right now is get you on the Bluetooth. Let me see, let me see if I can make that happen on the fly. Ryan Weeks is sitting in where's that school right now? He is in where is it? Mexico. Today. He's in Mexico. Nope, he got deported. Yeah, he definitely got deported. Okay, let's get to it. The draft has begun, ladies and gentlemen. The Raiders are on the clock. The first question this fool asked me was, "Has Mendoza been drafted yet?" Which I'm pretty sure we all know that's what's happening. There's no real. There's no. Now here's my question about Mendoza, and here's my question about teams in the draft this year. Who's actually gonna like? Okay, we know the way these things work. We know the Jets know they're not going to be good this year. We know the Cards know they're not going to be good this year. Are either one of these teams going to tank? Because we know next year is maybe the best quarterback draft since 1983, where you had Elway, where you had Marino. They're calling, and it's the Arch Manning draft. So, do you actually see any of the teams that are in position now waiting, tanking till next year, and seeing what happens next year? Mic check, microphone check, check, microphone check, mic check, microphone check, mic check, microphone check. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And there it is, your first pick of the draft. Mendoza goes to the Oakland Raiders. No big surprise there. It's been called since the beginning of the season, since the beginning of the year. The Raiders knew what they wanted. They wanted their man from the beginning, and they went out and got him. So Mendoza is the first quarterback off the board. A lot of questions as to whether he may be the only quarterback going off the board at all this year, because as we know, second to him in the draft this year is Ty Simpson, and no one really knows yet if Ty Simpson's going to go anywhere. But in a non-shocker, I would say Mendoza goes number one. No surprise there. And what do they get? They get, let's face it, the best quarterback in the draft right now. There's no doubt about that. Mendoza brings instant shout out to everybody on Instagram. If you're on Instagram for the next few hours, you're going to be looking at this pretty face because it's the NFL draft and we are live and we're on. So, getting caught up. First pick of the draft this year, Mendoza from the Raiders. Well, goes to the Raiders. No shocker, no shocker. But they really do get the best quarterback in the draft right now. With Mendoza, you're going to get an NFL ready system. You're going to get the best quarterback in college this year, and somebody who's known where he's going. It's not a surprise to him. It's not a surprise to any of us. We knew that was going. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to send it to a quick break. I'll be right back. I got to do my sheets. Kids. I'll be right back. Okay, now we're back. Now I'm telling you right now. Here's where the draft starts. The New York Jets. Shout out to the Jet who couldn't be here tonight. He had to go to work. The Jets are on the clock right now, and here's where the draft actually starts, kids. Reason being, uh, the Jets, for the most part of the offseason, had Arvell Reese going number two. It's actually changed in the last couple of weeks. A lot of people moving up the draft board. Um, is David Bailey. The reason being, Arvell Reese is more of a work in progress. Although he has a motor that's second to none in the league, gets to the quarterback faster than anybody, can actually play the linebacker position, and he can also play um, the defensive end position. But a lot of people are saying he's going to take a little time to mature. He needs a little time to actually grow and get there. I None of us know why. So moving down the board, here's where the draft starts. Now, the question being in this draft right now, who's going to move up and move down? No surprise here that the Jets are going to actually pick. Their pick is in right now. But the mystery of the player that's going right now, is it going to be Arvell Reese? Is it going to be him? We don't know now. That's the beauty of the draft. I'm telling you right now, on my draft board right now, here I went with the change in view. I said David Bailey. They're going to go with David Bailey right now. Reason being, David Bailey is ready to play football right now. Doesn't really need to be tested. Doesn't really need to get out there and prove himself right now. He's ready to play football, and I think the Jets want somebody that can move in right away and actually start right away, which works for them. So for me, it only makes sense. It only makes sense for the Jets to go this way. We're going to find out right now. Um, and as far as I'm concerned, there's no bad pick with either one right now. But being the Jets and the franchise that is drafted over the years, hold your breath because there's nothing guaranteed about this pick right now. Uh, Again, commissioners on the podium getting booed. Here we go. David Bailey is a New York Jet, and there goes your draft sheets, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you why. It looks like Arvell Reese right now could be moving down, which I'm not going to lie to you, actually works for me because one of the things we're going to talk about the Cowboys, whether you like it or not, but the Cowboys pick at 12. I need a couple of offensive players to come off the board because there's a lot of defense that I need on my team. But here's what changes for the Cowboys right now. David Bailey gets on the line for the Jets right now. Couldn't have had a better pick. Of Arvell Reese and David Bailey, I had David Bailey on my list. Only because he's ready to play right now, and he had 14 sacks last year. Arvell Reese didn't have that many sacks. He wasn't forced to actually play them in his defense. He wasn't forced to play the position that much. But David Bailey, as we know, is just NFL ready. And he's a player that's going to come in right away and add value to a Jets team that needs the help right now. I personally believe there's a bit of quiet teams that may be tanking a little bit this year. As we know, next year's draft, really big draft next year, is the quarterback in what we're calling the Arch Manning draft. Where's Arch going to go? That signature name. So the Jets weren't really worried about taking a quarterback this. Obviously, we know they brought back Geno Smith. We obviously know they need somebody at quarterback, but they decided to go with David Bailey this year, and not go with the quarterback. Especially when a lot of teams. Let's just okay. Let's tell the truth right now. But the quarterback draft this year, not a quarterback heavy draft. There's maybe two or three quarterbacks on my list that may go in the first three rounds. There's not even a shot that another quarterback. Well, it's Ty Simpson. There's no guarantee that Ty Simpson is going to go in this round right now either. But let's feel it out. What do we have with David Bailey? We have a defensive end that does everything in the game, guys. He gets to the quarterback. He gets to the edge. He's bendy. He plays with power. He plays with speed. Also plays the running game very well. And as we all know, that's something that players need right now. A player that can actually carry in the run, and his numbers are about the same. He's about 88% on pass rush and about 88% on the defensive side as well. So, like I said, not a bad pick. You couldn't go wrong with this pick for the Jets right now. And for the first time in a while, the Jets have been picking very smart. By the way, the Jets actually have two picks in the draft, four in the top two rounds. So look for the Jets to make a big move. I'm not saying the Jets aren't going to take a quarterback. They may come back with their next pick and take Ty Simpson and actually get that quarterback in the future. Because I don't think any of us think that Geno Smith is going to make that kind of impact this year. They brought him back. Obviously, they got rid of the quarterback last year. Obviously, they needed to fill that spot. So they brought in a veteran. And let's face it, Geno Smith has a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Played last year, didn't have the season he had before in Seattle. Fields needs to still make a statement. They got rid of Justin Fields. And I'm looking at them and maybe coming back and taking Ty Simpson either with their next pick or maybe even the next round. And don't forget, with that kind of capital that they have, they can draft back to get more capital. But that puts technically that puts the Arizona Cardinals on the board right now, but they haven't mentioned that. Look for a trade up right now, whether it's the Cowboys, whether it's the Chiefs, another team with two picks. There may be movement right now. And I did my draft board like that. I got ready to throw my board away. I'm not ready to throw this in the garbage, but it looks like Arizona is still with their pick. And they're happy. They made their pick and they're happy about it. Um, Given that they actually took their pick, I listen. What are their needs? Um, let's go to my team needs sheet, shall we? As I'm a tad bit unorganized right now. Cardinals need everything. They're one of those teams in the draft that need everything. They need offensive line. They need defensive line. They need a quarterback. A lot of you remember they got rid of the quarterback last year. A quarterback that was there forever. They have a top receiver in the league that I believe in Marvin Harrison Jr. But with Kobe Bissett being the only quarterback they have right now, Bissett being the only quarterback they have right now, I think they need quarterback help. But don't look for it this year. I do not think the Cardinals are going to go for it this year. Look for the Cardinals. I think my bet for them was to go offensive line right now. And I have Fanu. I have Fanu going to the Cardinals right now. But here's where the draft actually gets interesting. Listen, best player out there right now may be Sonny Styles. It may be Caleb Downs. But I think for them to actually have a chance this year, they're going to need to protect that line. So I look for them to go offensive line with Fanu. If not, kind of hurts me a little bit because one of my big players comes off the board. Don't forget as well, Jeremiah Love, the number one running back in college football right now, and a game changer. Don't get it twisted. He is a game changer. Um, with his build and size, you're looking at a running back that can actually change the team in one season. He's got that kind of talent. And it wouldn't be a bad pick for them at all. And it wouldn't be a bad pick for me either. I need offensive players coming off the board. I can't have all these defensive players stacking up and stacking up, either forcing me to move up. Now, the Cowboys pick at 12 and they pick at 20. What are two ways to look at that? Cowboys can move up. I do not want them to give up that number 20 pick. because I need draft capital. One player is not going to solve what we need in Dallas. It's going to help. It's not going to solve it. And in a draft like this, it's better to have capital in. And let's tell the truth about this draft, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a star-studded draft. I was talking to Sidekick before the draft started. After 15, the air is thin. The air is thin. And good on Arizona for actually taking a player and not waiting for it to get ugly or draft down. So here we go, my friends. The pick is in. Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love, the running back, goes to the Cardinals. Great, great pick for the Cardinals, and I'll tell you why. They're going to struggle this year. There's no doubt about it. They're going to struggle this year. Um, and he's a dynamic back. He's everything you want in a running back. Powerful, big, an absolute game changer. And let's face it, a lot of people are saying this, including me. I believe he's the best talent in the actual draft this year. Pound for pound, probably the best player coming out of college this year. I mean, he's an absolute beast. Happy that he's not in my division. Happy that he's off the board. But interesting again is if there's going to be a move made, I think it might be with Tennessee right now. Tennessee has already mentioned that they actually might want to actually move down in the draft, and this is their time to do it. And to be honest, to be very honest with you, I had them taking Jeremiah Love. I think their pick got away from them, which either means they're going defense, as they probably should. And don't forget, Tennessee was one of the busiest teams in free agency this year. They spent the most money, and they got the most out of their money. Are they going to be as bad as they were last year? No, they're not. Can a star player on defense actually come in and make that change for them right now? Sure, that can happen. But we're going to test the market and see who out there wants a big player. My big players on the board right now, Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs. Those are my two beasts in the draft right now. Teams that I like, players that I actually are on my wish list, like literally on my wish list. But with my pick for them right now was Jeremiah Love. I really thought Jeremiah Love was going to Tennessee, and but again, Tennessee, another team that when you look at the board, they need help everywhere. They need help across the board. Um, they need help on the defensive line. And let's face it, they had a rookie quarterback this last year. This would have been a great opportunity for them to get help to the quarterback. But as we can see, the Cardinals were thinking that way, and maybe the Cards right now are thinking for the future as well. Shore up your at least your running back position. At least have that ready before you go into next year. But a solid pick. And again, there has been no mention of Tennessee being on the board right now. And who knows? People can be on the phone right now. If there was a guess for me for a team to move up, it would be the Cowboys right now or the Kansas City Chiefs and get that player that they covered right now. And maybe it's happening. Maybe it's happening. We will know it didn't happen when we see Tennessee on the board. But here's a chance to make a move if that's what you wanted to do in this draft. Coming into the draft, the New York Football Giants, I believe, a team that has a chance to steal this draft, as they traded their all defensive tackle to Cincinnati for the number 10 pick. I think they're licking their chops a little bit right now. They have sitting at number 5, one of the top 3 defensive players coming off the board to them. And for a team that has a lot of holes, think about this as well for the Giants. The Giants lost probably their best defensive player. On a defense that was actually bad last year. So they didn't get better. We're not looking at a team that actually got better from last year. So knowing that they didn't get better and they need defense, they're for sure you can guarantee the Giants are getting defense. But having said that, the Giants have absolutely nobody at the wide receiver position. I mean, they brought in a few old names, like a lot of teams did this year, but I think they brought him in knowing that they need help at receiver. Here's the thing about the Giants gave themselves that big name receiver right now with that trade because knowing that they get the trade and be there at number two, they know right now that they can sit back and see what player that they want. So let's look at the needs for the Giants. They brought back Isaiah Likely, and there we go. Nobody moved up. Tennessee's pick is in. So they picked up Darnell Mooney and Isaiah Likely, a very, very good tight end. Um, and Dexter Lawrence obviously got traded off. So they need help on the defensive line, the offensive line, cornerback, linebacker, and wide receiver. Tennessee's pick is in. For me, Tennessee, even though I thought they were going to get Jordan Love, I think for them, Arvell Reese is the player to go with right now. There was some talk of Arvell Reese falling down the board if he didn't go to the Jets, but I think he's a player that has to go off the board right now. I think right now they just have to look at him. He's going to be a beast in the next couple of years, and judging by the trades that they already made, prime time for him to come in. Prime time for him to come in. Um, so the commissioner's coming out right now. And I think they just said on the draft board is 8 minutes per team during a draft this year, which is if you think about it, it's kind of short in time. So the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate. Great pick. Great pick. Shocking pick. Um, some had him as the number one receiver coming off the board. I had Tyson Jordan, but this is setting me up for love right now. Great pick by Tennessee. You have okay. Here's why he was falling down. Cardinal Tate in the last couple of weeks was falling down the draft board because as he ran his combine, he didn't have a fast time. I think he was at a 4.53. But here's the thing: he's a beast of a receiver, and it's up to you as to who you had at number one and number two. For the first part of the last couple of months, I did have him at number one for me. He was my best receiver in the draft, but over the weeks, he was falling. He was falling. He was falling. And for him to come off the board right now, some had him estimated at around 15, 16 to come off the board. That's just huge. That's just huge. Huge for me too. But here you go. I think this is the beginning of the Giants having a monster draft. Caleb Downs, one of the players that I was mentioning as my Cowboys, that I wanted, is still out there. Sonny Styles is still out there. And who knows? Maybe the Giants end up with both of them the way this draft is going right now. But um, let's just stick with this receiver right now. Great receiver. Very elusive. His yak yards when he gets the ball in open field, forget about it. Forget about it. And he has the size to get open too. He has the size and the speed burst to get open. And he's just a big, big target to hit. Um, and there's no argument for me if you're going to call him the best receiver in the draft. I mean, a lot of people are allowed to have that point of view. He's that good. He was my number two. Um, what? Uh, Jordan Tyson, Malik Lemon. By the way, I'm going to talk about Malik Lemon coming up as well because he's a player that nobody's looking at, and I think he's going to one team. I'll let you know who that team is. I think if he goes to that one team, I'm going to give that team the early. I think they're on early odds right now, but there's a team that's going to the Super Bowl when they pick up Makai Lemon, and I'll let you know who they are, and they're not far from me. But very surprising call. I had Carnell Tate going to the Browns in the next couple of picks. Um, but let's face this about the Browns too. The Browns have to start drafting properly. There's a lot of sexy players that they may see out there, but they need offensive line help. I mean, look at the quarterback situation with the Browns right now. I mean, I'm jumping ahead one team. But okay, we'll talk about the Browns in a second. But right now, um, we have the Giants on the board. So I'm going to take a little break right now, and I'll come back. But we're going to get to the Giants when we get back. So we'll be right back in a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this just in, the draft has begun. A trade has already happened. The Kansas City Chiefs have moved up to number 7, number 6, sorry, with Cleveland, swapping picks. Here we go. They obviously want a defensive player coming off the board. They know right now they haven't shot at Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles. They're gonna get one of those 2 great players. Those are the 2 players coming off the board right now, which I wanna say, for me, kinda good. I'm not gonna talk about who I want right now, but right now, I'm in the hunt for what I want. But look at those 2 players coming off the board right now. Ruben Baines Jr. is another player that they're saying is falling, and let's say why. He's one of the best defensive edges coming out of college, plays for power, plays the run, stocks up everything. The only, note on him is he has short arms, and that's scaring everybody in the league that, I don't know, afraid for players with short arms. For me, it doesn't really matter. Um, I've had long arms my whole life. They called me, long arms when I played football. I don't wanna talk about it because it ain't about me, but lightning feet, long arms. That's what I do, what I do. Um, but yeah, the Chiefs have made their move. I wasn't hoping listen, let me speak from a Cowboys perspective right now. When you have 2 picks in the first round, you can't afford to sit back, relax, and let it happen. Um, Especially when you know there wasn't really a shot for you to get the I don't think, Caleb Downs my number 1 and 2 players to get in Dallas this year were Caleb Downs and they were Sonny Styles. I didn't for a second even entertain the dream of getting one of those 2 players at 12. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. When the Giants made the move to jump up to 10, I knew that was gonna happen. The scary thing for me, though, would have been for the Cowboys to get the Giants to get both those players. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen. And to be honest with you right now, it's not guaranteed the Giants aren't taking a receiver right now. So, I don't know what to tell you, but I do know the draft has begun. So, my draft board right now here, over, throw it away, get rid of it, doesn't matter. Um, Shout out to Bruce Ramsey out there. Yeah, long arms all day, must have won high school, you know how it was. Um, uh, Letterman athlete, you know what I mean? It's what I do. Look for the Giants right now to take Sonny Styles, but, could be Caleb Downs, but I'm gonna go with Sonny Styles right now for the New York Football Giants. The pick is in. Not really afraid of this pick. It was kinda to be expected. Shocking if they were to take a receiver. A lot of movement though. A lot of calls are being made right now. You can tell. You can tell. Right now the Giants are sitting on defense. Their defense has to get better. They lost their best defensive player in the league. Shout out to my boy Whitey too. I think I mentioned that this could be one of the players that they're gonna take. A lot of talk about the New York Giants and just if you wanna fall asleep and take a nap right now, it's on you. And I wouldn't blame you. I'm bored as hell right now too. Arvell Reese! Wow, I did not see that coming at all. Okay, I didn't know Arvell Reese was gonna fall this far down. Cowboys, if you're out there listening right now, get on the phone and get Caleb Downs. Let me tell you why. Defensive edge isn't a problem for them right now. They got Thibodeau and they got the other one on the other side. But that might mean they want to turn Arvell Reese into a defensive tackle, which actually works. But he played defensive end and linebacker in college. If they want to listen, he has the athletic ability to play quarterback if he wants to. If you want to talk about ability in the league right now, we're talking about the most capable player in the league right now. He, a lot of people are talking about the athleticism of Sonny Styles. You're looking at somebody that has a bit more. The only reason why he's not compared to Sonny Styles as much is he didn't play that much linebacker, but he was just as effective in that position as Sonny Styles was, and a lot of people in this draft claim that he's actually a better player than Sonny Styles right now. But a surprising pick to me, knowing that they got rid of a defensive tackle and they're already heavy on defensive edge. But I'm going to tell you something: when a player like this falls down, you got to pick him up. because don't be surprised if the Giants play him at linebacker. Outside linebacker, Mike, Sam, he'll work on any position in the linebacking crew, and he's going to New York. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy about how things are going right now. I do not want to talk about the players that are out there for me, but there's three out there. There's three out there, and all three of them are alive for me right now. And I didn't think I was going to have a chance at any of them. Right now, I got a chance at a lot. The Chiefs are going to come up. Now, here's the crazy thing about the Chiefs. The Chiefs got rid of their two defensive backs this year. I'm going to tell you a player. Caleb Downs right now is a hot commodity because Caleb Downs is exactly what Andy Reid likes. He plays safety, but he plays safety like a defensive back and he covers like a defensive back. Only he hits like a linebacker. He's like maybe my favorite player in the draft. And I did not see. Listen, even in my mock drafts that I did for the last, I don't know, month or so, I didn't see this coming. I really did not see Arvell Reese dropping this low. Smart on the Giants to take a player that talented because he fell, but I just don't know where they play him right now. I mean, here's another thing. Maybe look for a Thibodeau trade. A lot of talk about Thibodeau leaving the Giants. That's a very big possibility right now because you could be replacing Thibodeau, who they kind of don't like. And I don't know something about the Giants players, kids. A lot of players don't like playing in New York right now. You saw Dexter Lawrence leave. A lot of talk about Thibodeau on the trading block, and you found his replacement plus. Less money, younger, and a far better player on the edge. But I still don't kind of understand it. Still kind of scratching my head. Like defensive edge isn't their issue right now. They still don't have a defensive tackle. Obviously, somewhere in the draft, they're going to go out and find themselves a defensive tackle. I can guarantee you one thing though. At number 10, the Giants are going to come back and take a receiver, and I'm hoping that they're hoping that the only person Jordan Tyson can only go to me to the Saints, and I have him at the Saints right now. But there's nothing wrong with the Giants staying at defense. But the problem with that is they have nobody but Neighbors. Neighbors is coming off an ACL injury, and they need help for Neighbors on the other side of the ball. I'm scratching my head a little bit. I can't scratch my. Okay, so the trade is they got this 6. Cleveland gets a 9th, a 3rd round pick, and a 5th round pick. And I'll tell you what about the Cleveland Browns. If they weren't the Cleveland Browns, they could change their team in a season. They've got 2 number 1s. They got a number 3, couple of 5s. So I don't know. So let's talk about the Chiefs right now. The Chiefs, beyond anything, need a defensive back. Mansour Delane is out there. Gerard is out there. Those are, without question, the best 2 DBs in the league. But for me, they're not the best players on the board right now. The best players on the board right now, if you're drafting, like Andy Reid will draft for talent. It's Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs. But the Chiefs, more than anything, need a defensive back, more than anything. Don't forget they have another pick coming up as well. But their pick is in. Mansour Delane. Mansour Delane is gone. I'm going to tell you something right now. Mansour Delane was the player I wanted. And I'm going to say something that's a bit scary for me right now. I don't think they needed to give up that capital to get him. I think they pulled the trigger too soon. Listen, Mansour Delane on my draft pick right now was going to the Chiefs at 9. I don't think they had to pick up that much. Didn't have to give rid of that much capital, and unless they were afraid that the Cowboys were on the phone calling to get him, I don't think they had to do that. That's a crazy trade for me. For sure he was going to be there at 9. Now that brings up another interesting point. Okay, let's go over Mansour Delane. Look, Gerard and Delane are unquestionably the best DBs in the draft. They're the best cornerbacks, bar none. But the injury that Gerard had are scaring people. He didn't play all of last year. It was ACL, MCL, tore up his knee, but came back and ran a almost 3.9, 4.0, 4.1, off the chart, off the chart. And his stock rose after that as well. But because Monsieur Delane played the position in every way you want to play the position, just an amazing quarterback. Uh, the best cover quarterback in the draft. I can't say NFL ready because even though he missed the year, I still believe Gerard is NFL ready. But we're talking about a game changer. But here's the thing that I like about this pick for the Kansas City Chiefs. They gave up McDuffie, and on the other side, they had nobody at on that side of the ball. And Andy Reid, being Andy Reid, went out and got what he needed for his team. He got a defensive back, and you got to be happy for that. I think that brings up uh, the Commanders. Yeah, the Commanders are definitely taking Sonny Styles right now. Commanders are another team that need receiving help. They picked up a lot of receivers, kind of on the older side of the ball. They picked up Marcus Mariota. Another pick I think is going to pan out for the Skins is Jerome Ford, the running back that used to be in Cleveland. Didn't get a lot of love, didn't get a lot of looks, but when he played well. They also picked up Treylon Burks, a receiver. Treylon Burks and Van Jefferson, receivers that at this point in their career, they're kind of veteran status, but um, charted way off the chart and never lived up to their potential. But they have to find somebody to play on the other side of the ball with Scary Terry. Um, they're formidable. I mean, they're there, but they kind of fit the pattern of receivers that Washington has had for the last few years. And I really do believe Washington needs a receiver. But it was stated that Washington loves Sonny Styles. They've always liked Sonny Styles, and I think he's coming off the board right now. Um, good pick, good pick. Commanders come back with Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs, one of the two, and I think the Saints come back with a receiver. But their pick is in. So they knew the player they wanted right away. They're very happy about it. So look for one of those two to come off the board. We're going to give it a second break. We'll be right back. It's Brothers Talk Ball. It is the NFL Draft. Let's make it happen, beautiful people. And we are back with a domestic violence report. Apparently, one of the coaches on the Kansas City Chiefs has been arrested for domestic violence, which we don't approve of here on Brothers Talk Ball. It's not right. And I hope everybody involved is okay. Do me a favor, don't do that. Shout out to Meg Vrabel. Boy, are you going through it right now. Shout out to my girl Kelly out there in Kingston too. Your team is messed up right now. Commanders are in. We have Lynn Swan and Jerome Bettis on stage for a commander pick because they're from Pittsburgh. Really? Really? Does anybody care? Does anybody care that she won Super Bowls in the 70s? Really? Does anybody care? Because I know I don't. Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, I have nothing better to do than sit down here and applaud for Steelers. I got better things to do in my life. Keep it moving. I'm talking. Oh yeah, we'll talk about shout out to Ramsey. We'll talk about Vrabel when we get there. Vrabel's in it. He's going through it right now. In fact, he's not even at the draft. Sonny Styles probably. Sonny Styles off the board. They've been looking at him for a while. Again, one of the players that I was looking at. I hate the fact that he's in my division coming after Dak. Um, with a coach that knows what to do with him. Dan Quinn, being a defensive-minded coach, will get everything out of that player. I don't think one player is going to change the season for them. Again, they're another team. Their quarterback was injured last year, didn't get a lot of PT, sat out a lot. But we're on the phone right now with the guy that we hate more than anything. It is Sidekick. Let me see if I can actually get him on the board right now. Uh, I'm sorry.
For Washington, yeah,
Yes,
might have just gotten the steal of the draft.
100%.
I'm going on record saying Sonny Styles is going to be a superstar in the NFL.
No, we're looking at
He's a
it.
kid.
Yeah, we're looking at a future gold jacket right now. Let me.
Brandon Ayuk level. Brandon Ayuk level. Gold jacket, right? Right.
You said it was sunny out there, right? A state of the sun, sun. State of the sun, sun. Um, uh,
Yeah.
I've had one questionable pick so far. Even though he's a great player, Arvel Reese um, was iffy to me for the Giants only because they got rid of their defensive tackle and they're not lacking in the edge. But I also do believe Thibodeau's probably gone now. I think they're getting rid of
Yeah,
Thibodeau.
I think the writing was on the wall with Thibodeau. Like he just hasn't lived up to the hype.
Yeah,
He's going to end up being just one of those like you know solid defensive player, rotational guy, whatever. But he's not like, for what everyone thought he was going to be coming out. Like, nah, he's not that guy.
yeah, exactly. By the way, we're on the phone right now with D. Sanchez in the most boring city that's ever been invented, Vancouver, Canada. As he actually, sorry,
Yeah, the city that you can hack it in.
I couldn't.
And
Yeah,
then shuffle
yeah,
off back east.
yeah.
Find a girl.
Yeah, yeah,
Couldn't get any ladies there on the West Coast.
yeah,
Back to fucking make it happen. Okay.
the mean streets of Carousel. Yeah, okay, I hear you. I hear you. The crazy area kids. Yeah, I couldn't make it. I feel you. I feel you, B. You know, shit goes down in English Bay.
New Westminster. What kind of drip was in New Westminster? Seriously.
Okay, I'm gonna find a way to get this. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can do it now. I'm gonna find a way to get this. Let me get the episode. Okay, I'll fix that when we get back. We're gonna take a quick break right now. So no surprise. I'll try it again. We're gonna come back. Not really a surprise there with the pick. Surprising to me though, Caleb Downs is still on the board. I'm thinking that the Saints need a receiver. I don't know, but best player on the board right now is Caleb Downs. He could go to the Saints. They could go, but I really do believe they need a receiver.
I thought that for a second that Kansas City was trading up to get Caleb Downs.
So did I. So did I. But Andy Reid being Andy Reid was smart as hell. He got rid of his two DBs. He needed a DB more than anything.
Yeah, no,
He got the best one in draft.
Yeah, if there was a need for the Kansas City Chiefs, it was in the secondary.
Yeah.
They got the best guy in the draft. So
Yeah, so no complaints there. No complaints there.
no. And for what they gave up, they moved up 3 picks. They gave up the third and the fifth or the sixth.
Yeah.
That's not bad. And it's good for Cleveland too, because I mentioned Cleveland sitting there probably going to end up getting the guy they wanted anyways, and they acquired 2 more draft picks. So that's one of those trades. I think it looks like a win-win for both teams.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a win-win because I can guarantee you in my draft book I had him going there anyway. I had him going to the Chiefs at 9. I don't think anybody would have picked him up before they did.
But I think you have to look at it this way: if that's the Chiefs guy, they're like, it's only going to cost us these 2 middling picks.
Yeah.
Just to ensure we get
just to make sure we get the guy we wanted. Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's because there's nothing worse than kind of roll the dice. But yeah, well, he'll show up with the 9 and then some hoops that he. Like, oh.
But I'm going to tell you right now, on my board, I still have the players I want out there. And I'm not going to mention them. I told the people I'm not going to mention them, but they're still out there for me. And I have nothing to say.
The reason why I called back because I want to know how excited are you for the season right here? Like, there's no Super Bowl, there's no playoffs for the Cowboys. Only the draft. So let's just sit back and enjoy Daniel's time in the sun because this is when he actually gets to.
Oh my gosh. I will call you back. We'll take a quick break. It is Brothers Talk Ball. We'll be right back.
People to be saying how. So now I'm going to show you how to hook up Bluetooth. I'm going to come up here.
Mic check. Mic check. Hello? Hold on. Hello?
Oh, hold on. That's
All
the
right, we're
sign
now
that the
connected to the
volume is
Bluetooth.
still
We're now connected to the Bluetooth.
Oh, what a surprise.
I don't have to sit here with a phone.
I
in
love
my
that
hand.
year 9 of Brothers Talking, we're still having technical difficulties. love
No,
it.
we are not, sir. We fixed the technical
Oh,
difficulties.
no,
We are back in
we're in the
check.
middle of one right now. His
No.
name is Daryl.
We were. The problem has now been
If we
solved.
had, if we had a white producer,
We're gonna bring that up right away.
I'm just saying.
These cool
Okay, fine.
cats. Really.
Okay, good. Okay, dog. Is that more your language? I don't know.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
On the
how many
phone
more
right
times are you
now
going to say?
is D
Oh my
Sanchez.
God. I apologize in advance, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to be disconnected here probably in the next 45 seconds.
and then you'll hear Daryl say, "We're back, people. We're back,
Nobody
beautiful
asked you,
people."
really. So give me Jordan Tyson.
Sorry, you're buffering again. What did you say? You want my take on Jordan Tate?
Oh, we got big jokes now. That's how we're doing this. We got big jokes.
I gotta say, above
my
this cat
actual number one receiver.
knows how to
draft,
catch the ball.
I know you know
Really,
nothing
eh?
about the kid, but everything you want in a receiver. Blazing speed off the line. When he gets the ball in the open field, you cannot touch him. I think he's
And you know
probably
who
the
this
most
reminds me
well-rounded
of? You're
receiver going
reminding
into the draft this year. And he's
everything that
NFL
you're
ready.
saying. Everything that you're saying reminds me of a former Arizona State alum. You know
No, it
him.
doesn't.
I know him.
No, it
Brandon
doesn't at all.
Ayuk. Same thing.
Why, when we're talking about other players, you have to bring yourself up? Why? I don't get this
I'm
part
just
about
saying,
you.
you just were giving your analysis on all of his attributes, and I'm saying, went to the same school, reminds me of him, plays like him.
Who's him? Say his name. Say his name out loud for the people who don't care. Say his name.
Brandon Ayuk.
Anukbuk. Exactly. Nobody cares about Anukbuk.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Where is he going? Is he going to get traded today?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think
We
right
are
now
back.
coming off the board is going to be our first offensive lineman. And I'm going to guess I'm going to go with Fanu, only because I cannot
you know what?
pronounce
And
his last name.
I'm actually really excited as a Niner that no offensive lineman picked, because that's what I've been saying this whole time. I'm like, Niners got to go trenches. Maybe they trade up. Maybe they trade up into the top 15. I don't know.
You know what? Freeling's out there.
You
There's a lot
nailed
of
it.
offensive linemen that are still out there. And I'm surprised none have gone so far. But let's face it, when your quarterbacks are Deshaun Jackson and Shador Sanders, you need to protect them. You need to protect them. But and I think
And then when you do get a good quarterback,
but I think it's time to see a tackle come off the board right now.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick there.
But could you imagine that Browns stayed what they were and found an edge for Myles Garrett? I mean, they could have won the Super Bowl on defense.
Yeah, but again, like when you're talking about team needs, and the Browns have a lot of team needs, but that offensive line, like, come on, that's a good pick. That's the number one lineman in the draft. You're getting him at 9. After trading
our first tackle
down,
comes off the board. Fan was there. I had a feeling Fan was going there. And great pick. Finally, for the first time in 10 years, we could say great pick for the Cleveland Browns in the first round. They actually got
Sonny
what their
Weaver
team
would be
needed.
proud. Sonny Weaver would be proud.
Yeah. They actually got what their team needed them to get.
Yeah.
They needed a play. Yeah, they needed a player that. Wait a minute! I just thought of something.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I'll say it. I'll say it. I think this. I said it coming in to the draft at the beginning. I'll say it again. The Giants had a chance to steal this draft, and I think they're getting ready to do just that. I think the New York Giants are getting ready to.
Well,
they went
defense. I think they're going offense here. I think they go line, protect Jackson Dart.
I had them. They were
I'm
really
going offensive line.
They were really in love. They were really in love with Jordan Tyson, like really in love with him. And I thought for sure he was going there. But I'm one. If they don't do any slick shit, I'm one pick away from having one of the players that I wanted in this draft.
I think they took the guy you wanted.
Anywhere between
I think because as usual you're behind because you're on the East and you're buffering. I think they took the guy you wanted.
Yeah. I'm sure they're and yeah. And they changed their defense in a season. And well, no, maybe not.
You were hoping for Malagola, weren't you?
Because they already have an edge rusher. You
were hoping for Malagola, weren't you?
Caleb Downs for sure.
That's who you were hoping for. Yeah, this is disappointing me. I was hoping Niners are going to trade up.
I got my boy.
Oh my!
I have an edge rusher or I have a safety, and I'm fucking happy. It's a happy day to be a Dallas Cowboy. Ladies and gentlemen, say right now, Dallas Cowboys are still in the draft right now.
Dallas Cowboys just traded up.
I can't believe they fell down. Okay, I had 3 players that I wanted on my Dallas Cowboys. You want to know who they were?
Yep.
They were Sonny Styles. They were Caleb Downs.
Fake.
And they were Ruben Baines Jr. Those are my 3 players. I need a pass rusher. I needed a linebacker, which I can now get.
Okay. And now you're on the
I need a
clock.
safety.
You just traded up.
No, we didn't. Shut up. Miami picks next anyway.
You're
So
behind.
stop being stupid.
No,
Miami
they
picks
just
next, so relax.
traded you. They just traded you. You have back-to-back picks, buddy. See, you need to stop hijacking your neighbor's internet so you can get up with the
First of all,
most
if I
recent
got-
current events.
I wish that was true. I wish that was true.
Oh, no, they flip picks. So you are picking right now. You're picking 11. You flip picks with Miami. I'm not sure what you had to give up to
So I'm
flip
picking
one
11.
pick.
Okay,
Probably
so
like a third. Yeah, you're up now. You're on the. Oh, and the pick is in. So you want it? Okay. This is where
Caleb
this is where
Downs is a
Daryl gets
Dallas
shredded.
Cowboy or Ruben Baines. I want Caleb Downs.
Okay.
And knowing
Okay.
that my defensive coach right now, my DC right now, has said and stated on paper that he's starting the defense from the outside in, I know he's going with Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs is
I
a
can't.
Dallas Cowboy.
This is where Daryl turns off the phone for at least 4 to 5 minutes while he
Yeah,
screams
could you
into a
imagine
pillow.
Cowboys take offensive linemen? No, but here's the thing. Either one.
I
Ruben
thought for
Baines
sure
Jr.
you-
or
I thought-
Caleb Downs, I win. I need both positions. I need an edge.
I'm
that
going
can
to see
get
the
to
Giants.
quarterback,
The
and everybody's
Giants are
complaining
looking
about
nice.
short arms.
I like what the Giants did here. But
No, they needed it. Obviously, they needed it. But
this is the guy. I love these. I love these Islanders. I love these kind of fucking offensive linemen. That's who I wanted the Niners to trade up to.
You
I
said
wanted
something
Francis.
yesterday that made sense, right? Like the Giants aren't gonna change it in a year, but the Giants
no,
really do
it's
need
a
a
work in progress.
receiver. Like I mean, really need a receiver, and you know you got think about it. You got Neighbors coming off an injury, and I mean a big injury, and they didn't have anybody on the other side of them, and they traded away their number 2.
No, but I like how they went out and picked Likely up, and they got Theo Johnson. They got that nice double tight end set. They're going to be all right. I could see the Giants picking up a receiver in the second round, but I mean, I'm curious to see what the Cowboys are doing here. This is the one. Also, all the Cowboys gave up 177 and 180 to trade up one spot. That's a
So
good
we
move by
still
the
have our
Cowboys.
20th pick. Fucking right. Oh my gosh, I love this draft. Hey, do me a favor. Don't be all sidekick. Just let me find out myself. I know you're a bit ahead. Let me find out by myself. who I took.
A bit ahead. Okay, I'm gonna get off the phone because I won't be able to hold it in. I'm gonna
Okay.
fucking.
In fact, let me just.
I'll call you back.
I'll call you back after the pick.
Yeah.
All right. Rhymes, I know you're out there watching. Put your hands together, put your fingers together. Either way, people, look at me. Look at the guru right now. This is the face of a happy guru. I'm a happy guru because the Dallas Cowboys are going to get Caleb Downs. Say it. The way they're happy right now could be Caleb Downs, but I'm saying right now, Ruben Baines Jr., maybe the best defensive rusher coming off the board right now, or Caleb Downs. We all know Caleb Downs could be a generational player. Could be a generous, and not since Darren Woodson have we had a safety in that position that plays like he plays. And I'll tell you what, the fact that we revamped in the offseason the defensive backs, and we don't have the same defensive backs as last year. We now have a quarterback back there. And we still, if you look at the board, ladies and gentlemen, defensive ends, we still have a shot at a big defensive end. I mean, I look at my list right now and I got about 7. I could mention names right now, but I won't put them in the street because so far, not talking my business has been working out for me. So Dallas's needs right now, okay? As we talk, my first 2, edge, DB, linebacker, safety. And I would take I don't get me wrong, I would take an offensive lineman right now. By the way, they made a lot of noise about George Pickens before the draft. I think Jerry Jones was being slick to see if he had any takers to come out and see if anybody wanted George Pickens. But obviously nobody did. And George Pickens said today that he's signing the franchise tag. So I'm not saying that he may not actually get traded. But it's on the cards. Don't forget, at linebacker, because we're still in linebacker, and there's only one that's come off the board. CJ Allen's still out there, and Rodriguez is still out there. By the way, The Dallas Cowboys love Jacob Rodriguez, and I'm telling you right now, Jacob Rodriguez, C.J. Allen, and if it's Caleb Downs that we're taking right now, changes the whole defensive composition of the Dallas Cowboys, and honestly, make us steal the draft. And I'll tell you what, and I said this to you too, Whitey, I had it in my head that the New York Giants were going to come and steal this draft. I'm going to tell you right now, but these Ramsey, I believe the audio was back. I'm going to go back in here and just see. Yeah, we're back. Mr. Ramsey, thank you for that. Let's get to it. You've been gone for a minute. Dallas Cowboys have Caleb Downs. You feel me? The Dallas Cowboys, to me, in my mind right now, have won this draft. And I'll tell you why they've won this draft. Because they have a player coming up that's going to get them help in the front. And he's on the board still. He's on the board still. By the way, Ryan and Minnesota, thank me. Thank me for your safety right now. But since you didn't hear me before, let me tell you right now, Mr. Ramsey. The Rams are going to, for those of you, I guess you didn't hear me. Let me say it right now. Mekhi Lemon is going to the Rams, and the Rams right now are going to the Super Bowl, or at least the NFC Championship against the Dallas Cowboys. He's going to make that kind of difference on that offense. I'm sorry, but it's going to be impossible to stop them. He's going to play in the slot, and they're going to win. Ty Simpson? What? Shocker. Shocker. Two reasons why it's a shocker. Number one, Ty Simpson went before Ruben Baines Jr. did, which is insane. By the way, everybody keep messing with Ruben Baines Jr. now, keeping him on the bench. Let him hang till 20. Let him hang till 20. I'm nice with that. By the way, Cowboys, get on the phone right now. See if you could trade up. Go get it. I would have went for the receiver of the future. The Rams went for the quarterback of the future. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to tell you why this is a genius move by the Rams. 50 cents. You get the second best receiver in the draft right now, and you secured your future. And he's under the Matt Stafford learning tree. And I mean, obviously, Matt Stafford over the last couple of years has been on and off the field, but who better can he learn from? Brilliant move by the Rams, and I'll tell you why. The Rams aren't going to pick this low in the next couple of years. They're still that team. Don't get it twisted. I believe they had a choice to go. I didn't see this coming at all. That's why it's a surprise. I had as one of my locks, to be honest. It was a lock for me. Mekhi Lemon at 13. It was a lock. Very shocking. Very shocking that the Ravens are going to get Ruben Baines Jr. Very shocking. And an already serious defense, you're just going to get better, which is crazy, which is nuts. But this is why we do the draft, kids. I don't know. We don't know what's going on. Did anybody, and I mean, there's nobody on their draft board that had Ruben Bain going at 14. There's no way. There's no, and I'm like, and we all know he was sliding a bit because of the arm length. We all know that. But 14? Like, I'm not saying it's a lock that he's going to the Ravens, but he's going to the Ravens. I mean, you can't keep this player off the board this long. And he seriously can't be stupid enough to let him come to 20 and let me get him. By the way, something interesting I just thought about. Ty Simpson's off the board, right? Aaron Rodgers, this happens to be in Pittsburgh this year. Aaron Rodgers better come back or Pittsburgh's finished. And don't forget, let me explain something to you about your new head coach, okay? Because I had him for a couple. Didn't like him from day one. By the way, the Rooney Rule, everybody wants to act like we live in a non-racist world anymore. Let's try and get rid of it because it's all fair. You're telling me you're going to give Mike McCarthy a coaching job before one of these young brother prospects? I know my boy AVI doesn't like it when I talk like this, but let's be real, man. Let's be real. Mike McCarthy? Come on, man. Come on, man. And by the way, you want to know why Aaron Rodgers hasn't made a decision yet? Those who don't even like each other. They don't even like each other, B. You put them on the same team. You know why? Because you know better than me. What do I know, man? I'm just a guru. What do I know as a guru? Wow. That's what we say in the streets. Wow. Pittsburgh, you're in a little trouble. I'm bent. And you went up and picked up a receiver. By the way, Pittman, and DK Metcalf have a shot to be a fabulous dynamic duo if you get them the right quarterback. Or get them an 80-year-old quarterback. You know what I mean? Get them an 80-year-old. But I think there was your selection right now. I have a feeling Pittsburgh was going that way with the quarterback. But talk about securing your future. Like Ty Simpson didn't even know if he was going to make it out of the first round. Ty Simpson definitely did not know he was getting picked before Ruben Bain Jr. That's guaranteed. I want to see picks in. I want to see the Cowboys sitting over there at 14. But I can't because obviously we know the Ravens aren't stupid. Okay, but let's look at the Ravens. Before I open my big trap, let's look at the Ravens. By the way, if none of you know what a happy Negro looks like out there, look at this. Look at this right now. I mean, this draft could end today, right now. And you couldn't get the smile off my face. I'll tell you that right now. Couldn't wipe it off with a brush. You know what I mean? I'm happy. I'm so happy. All right, so the Ravens, where do they need help? Offensive line, number one. And there's still Freeland out there. Freeland out there still the pick. Freeland would be my pick for them anyway. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Great guard. And listen, can't beat that call. Yeah, I told you right away they needed offensive line. Freeland could have went. Again, can I say something about the Polynesian and the Polynesian culture? They're taking over the offensive line in football. If you need an offensive lineman, you get the other light-skinned brother with the curlier hair and the thick meat, you know what I mean? And the meat and the juice and all of that. Because when you get one of them Polynesian brothers, you know what I mean? Tongan, Samoan, all of them Owens on your offensive line, they're moving people. They're moving people. You can't stand still in front of them. They're moving people. Beep, beep. The truck's on the way. By the way, which on the way is my pick. And I'm still happy right now. Who do you got next? The Bucks, yeah. Bucks are definitely taking Ruben Bain Jr. They liked him from the beginning. So my dream is over for Ruben Bain Jr., but my dream's not over at all. So let's talk about this brother right here. He's maybe the most powerful offensive lineman in the draft. Coming up the next few drafts, the Bucks, the Jets, the Lions, the Vikings. Ruben, come on, let's be real about something. The Bucks take Ruben Bain right now. Because if the Jets have a shot at Ruben Bain and Bailey, they're going to change the whole culture of a franchise in one night. Do not let that happen to us, people. But the Jets aren't a joke anymore. If everybody messes up and gives the Jets those two players, you wake up tomorrow feeling like it's safe in the NFC East. Wake up feeling, act like Buffalo's going to run over everybody. By the way, the Patriots, here's a secret, man. You might want to fix the front office right now before you talk about another Super Bowl run. You got problems in the office, people. People are, I wasn't there. I don't know what's going on. I can only speculate on what I heard. And I don't do that because I'm not a gossiper. But from what I'm seeing, dans les rues, for those of you that don't know what it means in the street. Right now. I'm talking right now with the Patriots, and I don't want to talk about it. I mean, you already heard of a domestic violence case. I don't want to bring out other cases. You know what I mean? We're not here for those kind of cases. We're here to draft. Okay? To keep personal business between adults, personal business between adults. Just leave me out of it because I'm a cowboy. I had problems with that in the past, but I fixed it. I grew up. I let things go in life. I didn't continue the way I was going. And I mean, sometimes then they say, you know what I mean? When you go up, the only place that goes down. And, you got to fix that, New England. You got to fix that. When your head coach ain't at the draft because, the streets is talking, not that good. Not really that good. But who am I to talk? I'm nobody here. I'm not sitting down and judging anybody. Do you? You know what I mean? Do you? Just don't do me. Because you know what I'm doing? Caleb Downs. All I'm doing is Caleb Downs. Let's look at our board, okay, of available players that are out here. Because there's a lot. I'm making noise about Caleb Downs. Offensive linemen, all three of my offensive linemen are off the board. The only one I have left is Monroe Freeling. Before this draft started, Monroe Freeling's draft stock was way high. I don't know. I had him at a late, maybe early second rounder. But everybody was talking about him maybe being a second or third off the board. Nah, Polynesian brothers are taking over, baby. Another pick that can come in for the Bucks that they could really, really use, a great player, is Kenyon Sadiq, the number one tight end. Listen, Kenyon Sadiq, I'm going to tell you right now, is a franchise changer. He's one of those hybrid Bowens, the new tight end in the league right now, the Kelsey. You don't know if he's a wide receiver. You don't know if he's a tight end. He'll block you, but he'll also get down the field and burn you. I really like this player, and I really like him for the Bucks. But looking at the board right now, knowing Ruben Baines is still sitting out there, you got to take a look at it. Dylan Seaman is definitely going to Minnesota. You can forget about that. I don't want to talk about this name because I still have a shot at him. Makai Lemon is another receiver that if he goes to the Bucks causes a lot of damage. You know what? If you're Tampa Bay right now, I think you're feeling good about any player that you listen. There are great players on the board still, and I mean great players on the board. Mark Cooper Jr., great receiver on the board right now. Ted Hurst. You want a quiet pick? You want a quiet person that I love a lot? Don't forget too, Denzel Boston, receiver still on the board. Arvil Reese, Akeem Mensador, great on the line. Kendrick Falk, great on the line. TJ Parker's still there. Don't forget that Trotter, CJ Allen, and Jacob Rodriguez are still out there at linebacker. I'm getting scared right now because I'm getting the feeling that I didn't want to say this to myself, but I'm getting the feeling it could be Christmas. It could be Christmas in April, but I don't want to talk about it right now. But it really could be Christmas in April. You still have defensive backs out there. Avian Terrell, Pounds is still out there, or Pons is still out there. Brandon Chase. Listen, there are top players on the board right now sitting there waiting to get drafted. I think the shocker in this draft is going to be how far down Ruben Baines fell. But he's either going now or in the next pick. But Sadiq or Baines right now for me, for the Bucks right now. I don't see how they can get rid of Baines though. Yeah, great pick. Great pick. I did not see how you can actually leave him out there that long. And here's another good thing about the pick. He's not in my division. He's out of my division. I'll tell you what I'd be on the phone doing right now. I'd be talking to the Giants about Thibodeau. I'd be on the phone right now talking about Thibodeau. Thibodeau's out there, and it looks like the Giants do not want him with that Arvil Reese pick. And I think the Giants jumped the gun a little bit. They didn't, sidekick for as stupid as he is, 24/7, we all know he is, does make sense sometimes. And one of the things that he made sense about was Andy Reid stuck to his guns, went up 3 picks to get the player that he knew he wanted. They took the most athletic player on the board, but I just don't see that fit on that team with what their needs are. And you got Ruben Baines going down to 15. That's very surprising. That's very, very, very surprising. For me, I had him in my top 10 easy. In fact, where did I have him going to? I had him going to the Chiefs, by the way. Because I didn't think the DBs were going to be there. I thought one of the DBs would be gone by then. I thought Mansour was going to go earlier than that. Or maybe no, I could have said Mansour. You know what? I have Mansour and Ruben for the Chiefs. But I couldn't be happier with this draft so far. The Jets are picking right now. By the way, how scary would that have been if they didn't take Ruben Baines. Ended up with Bailey and Baines. That's like a gunshot or stab wound. That's like runaway or parent. You know what I mean? Either way, it ain't good. Either way, no matter you still gonna end up dog ain't rude. You're still gonna end up in the street, and it ain't good. And got a chance of being one of those two things. Um, but what can I say about Ruben Baines Jr.? The knock on him is just arm's length. That's it, which is so stupid. They're just complaining about the fact that he has to earn. But if you look at the way he played, it doesn't really add up to anything. Here's what my thought was, though. Let's get groove for a second. What if you take his short arms and you move him inside and you make him the next Aaron Donald? Put him right on a nose tackle, put him right on a guard, and just go forward. You might definitely have the next Aaron Donald. Well, obviously, he likes to play outside. He likes to get to the quarterback. That's what he does. By the way, did I say Caleb Downs is Dallas Cowboy? I don't know if I said that. But great player. And here's the thing, and you see it in his face right now. He went 15. Your boy got a chip. Your boy got a chip on the shoulder. I see it, and you see it. If we go down for the next second, please come back. We'll be right back. Fucking thing. Yo. And we are back, gentlemen and ladies, with your Detroit Lions on the clock. Did I? I think I did. I missed the Jets pick, didn't I? Let's go back a little bit, shall we? Sorry about that, kids. I had to do a little thing in the bathroom. By the way, just for the record, Minnesota's up next. Your Dallas Cowboys pick in 2 picks. Can I say something? He's still there. He's still there. Look, it's hard for me to get greedy right now after I've been so blessed in this draft already. But Cowboys' other needs are cornerback and linebacker. And the number one well-rounded linebacker in the draft is still there. Actually, you know what I gotta do, kids? I gotta go back real quick and find out what I missed from the Jets. Because it pertains to me right now. Uh, because um, because I need to know. They're on a clock, and okay. By the way, their pick is in. I'm just going down here to see right now what's going on. Sadiq, oh my gosh, great pick for the New York Football Jets. Great pick. I'm going to give you 2 reasons why it's a great pick. Number 1, he's out of my division. He's not going to bother me. Number 2, Philly really wanted him, and Philly, dirty bird, stay dirty. You don't get your man's. Um, okay, so let's go with the Detroit Lions right now. Detroit needs help on the offensive line. You know what I can do? You know what I can do? I can keep it here and get live to the minute. I can listen to the draft over here, but I can get live on the minute updates from here, so people don't bother me about me jumping into me. You're on the clock. The pick is in. Yeah. So what do I have for Detroit? Detroit needs offensive line help really bad. Um, they can really, really go with another receiver. That never hurts, even though they have a really, really good tandem. Um, a very quiet pick that they did in the offseason that nobody's talking about, that I think should be mentioned a little bit, is when they drafted or they traded for Pacheco from the Kansas City Chiefs. I think their backfield stays solid. It stays a good 1-2 backfield. You're going to lose a bit because obviously it was hard for him to stay on the field the last couple of years. But listen, they're a running team. We know they're anchored by Gibbs. There's no doubt about that. But I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of what they did with that pick. By the way, just looking at my board, kids, I know you don't want to hear me say this. Because if you're not a Cowboy like me, it doesn't really have interest in you. You don't really care about it. I think my Dallas Cowboys makes this draft. Said it once, I'm going to say it again. I do believe my Dallas Cowboys may steal this draft because I love the way it's working right now. It's what it is. It's what it is. Ramsey, I'm a guru. Don't talk to these people. They don't know. And the fact that the Giants, I got to say it again, the fact that the Giants didn't take the best tackle in the game is crazy. So up to date, let's go up to date. They have taken Blake Miller, offensive tackle. I knew they were going that way. Detroit needed that offensive tackle help. They've got to save the quarterback. I think Miller was my number 3 offensive tackle on the board. Let's take a look. See, I mentioned him before. I really like him. Just a big body. One of those mid-Nebraska corn-fed bad boys. You know what I mean? You know the kind of player I'm talking about. Drinks beer, likes it, has a girlfriend and a wife named Susan. All of that. All of that. Great pick. Solid offensive lineman. Offensive lineman. Yeah, there he is. I had Blake Miller. Here's another thing. He went before Monroe Freeling, and Monroe Freeling, I'm telling you, at the beginning of the day, his stock was out of the roof, and I had him mid-tier. In fact, I had Blake, actually under him. But look, Clemson, you know what I'm saying? You see him. You see what kind of player he is. Just a really big, well-rounded, well-fit player for them. Minnesota's on the clock. Minnesota, I'm telling you right now, is going to take the safety. I call him the white guy, but man, he's good. Thiemann. 100%. I think they're going with Thiemann. They need that help at safety. They've been looking at him since the beginning of the draft. They really want him, which means let's think about this for a second, okay? Let's think about this for a second. You know what? I don't want to talk about it yet. I don't want to talk about it yet. I don't want to talk about it till I see what Carolina wants to do next. But if Carolina doesn't go defensive back, I'm going to tell you something about the backfield in Dallas. Don't throw the ball. And there's one of two ways we can go right now. First of all, what do the Panthers need? Let's take a look and see what the Panthers need. Panthers need, listen, they're another team that made a lot of solid entries in the offseason, and they don't really have a lot of holes. Maybe a bit at running back, but I think more offensive line. Right here, I got them offensive line, safety, wide receiver, tight end. If they get a complimentary wide receiver like a Mekhi Lemon to go on the other side, Minnesota, what we got here? Okay, they went with a defensive tackle. Okay, Caleb Banks. Rock solid. I had him. I think he was my number 4 defensive tackle on the board. Very solid pick. I'm not going to be mad at that at all. Very solid pick. Very capable. Considering the ones that left, yeah, I had Banks somewhere around the mid. Yeah, good pick. Solid. And let's just face it, he's the number. I would say he's the number 3, 4 tackle in the draft. Obviously, Miami got the best tackle in the draft, but I thought they were going to go safety. Come to think of it, I thought they were going to go safety that way, but it just seems to me that right now, teams are really banking on what they need inside of what they can deal with. Yeah, so in a player with Banks, you got quickness. He gets to the quarterback, kind of gets lost in the run game a little bit because he's so forward. I mean, he's just a bull rusher. He's going to get you that pass rush. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to get dirty. He's going to get in those places. But let me just say this right now, and I'm going to tell you how the Dallas Cowboys see the draft right now. One of 2 picks that I want is CJ Parker is maybe the most well-rounded linebacker in the draft right now. But there's another player named Jacob Rodriguez that the Cowboys love. If I do go linebacker, I have no problem taking either one of them. But let's act like Jermaine Jackson right now, and let's get serious. Let's get serious and fall in love. There's a defensive back named Jamon McCoy. Let me tell you about Jamon McCoy. Jamon McCoy was out for a year with a torn MCL, torn ACL. Before Jamon McCoy went out with that torn MCL and ACL, he was the top prospect, maybe dans la histoire, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, around in the history of the draft. Projected to go number 1 last year before he didn't even play. So he gets back on the field and doesn't go to the combine. Obviously, people are wondering why he's not going back to the combine. We haven't seen him in a year. I'm going to tell you right now, that's exactly why his stock is dropped right now, because teams are just afraid. But what does he do? He comes back and he has a pro workout. Okay. I think the Panthers are going to take him for this reason. He has a pro workout. In his pro workout, he runs a 4.1. A 4.1. Blazing. didn't show any signs of the injury. Now, Jerry Jones just said he doesn't want to play any red shirts. He doesn't want any injured players coming. He doesn't want any players that need that help, right? That help. But I'm telling you right now, if you add him to Caleb Downs in the backfield, you not only change the defense in Dallas, you change the mentality of the defense in Dallas. And what you do and what that makes you do is I'm gonna say something after this too, but it makes you go get a linebacker in free agency. It makes you go get maybe a Joey Bosa. It makes you go get one of the veteran linemen out there. Because one thing that you're gonna be assured of, throw the ball. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I double dog dare you to think somebody's over there. Good. Caleb, McCoy, Bland. Good luck with that, man. Let's say we don't choose to go that way. Let's say we go to choose one of the linemen that everybody was talking about that just I don't know if he's a fit for Dallas in terms of how they run, but he's got a motor and he's mean. His name is Kendrick Falk. Kendrick Falk is still out there, man. He's a monster. Don't forget too, Akeem Mesidor is still out there at DB. Don't forget, CJ Allen is still out there at linebacker. Don't forget, Jacob Rodriguez. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Let me put it out there. It's Christmas. It's Christmas in April. I don't know what's going on with this draft, but a lot of the teams that I mentioned, a lot of the players that I mentioned on the teams that I mentioned right now should not be out here. I'm going to take a look here. The Dallas Cowboys have traded with Philly. And I'm going to tell you something about that right now. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at that. Depending on what we picked up, I'm not mad at that. The Dallas have traded. And I'll tell you why. Caleb Downs is a Cowboy. So that means we move up to, or we move back to. That means, okay, Philly's definitely taking a linebacker. I can guarantee you Monroe Freeling is gone. I told you Monroe Freeling before Miller just went. I think Freeling should have went before Miller. I think it's a great call for Carolina right now. They got a lot of protection on that offensive line and just a great pick for them right now. A very, very solid pick. And you know what? Somewhere around where I thought maybe a bit lower, but somewhere around where I thought he was going to go. What a great, great pick for them. They've got a young quarterback. They got a young receiver core, and now they have somebody to protect them. They got somebody to protect them. But let's look at Philly. Philly lost their whole linebacker core in the offseason. Blankenship gone. Nakobe Dean gone. Wiped out. So they're obviously going to need help there. But for me, Philly has to go. Well, for me, they got to go linebacker. And if you're going to go linebacker, I think. Oh no, they went Mekhi Lemon. I'm going to tell you why that's a good move for the Philadelphia Eagles, and a bad move for me, and a horrible move for the quarterback, AJ Brown. It's been fun. AJ Brown, you're going to a coach right now with a couple of problems in the street, but you're going. June 1st, AJ Brown will be playing for your New England Patriots. That's official. By the way, we're at the part of the draft where the picks start flowing. I need to see. Hold on, I got to hear this. What did Dallas get for this pick? We did move down 3 spots, though. We better have gotten something. I don't mind if they got Mekhi Lemon, but I'm just not taking that pick to drop down. I better have gotten. Give me a second, maybe a third with that. Okay, show me the trade, please. I'm gonna try and find this trade because I'm gonna know what I got. Oh boy, everybody's gonna make noise right now because guess who's up next? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Guess where the draft is? It's in Pittsburgh. Who cares? Philly Dallas trade. I need to pick up a second or a third with that. Don't tell me you just stepped up. Okay. Okay. Don't tell me you just trade spots. You're just trying to be nice? That's all the okay, no, what did we get? We got the 23rd. And okay, we got a bit more capital, but come on, give me a second or something. Come on, Dallas. We picked up a third. No, we picked up a fourth. We didn't have a fourth. All right. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it because I know AJ Brown's gone. They're gonna have to play with a rookie and Devin Smith. So I'm good. I'm good. And they just secured the fact that AJ Brown's gone. By the way, AJ Brown has to go now. Because if AJ Brown does stay, they're kind of scary. Get out of town, AJ Brown. Get out of town. But you know what? That might entice him to stay, knowing that they got a triple threat like that. And how many spots did we jump down? 2? I got the list. I got it right here. Relax, people. We jumped down 2 spots. So the Steelers are going now, then the Chargers. Did the Steelers get their picking? Because you know they're picking fast. They're picking is fast, ladies and gentlemen. What do I see for Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh was going to be, for me, was going to be the quarterback. It was going to be Ty Simpson because it was going to be Ty Simpson for the Steelers because the Steelers obviously needed they need a quarterback. Listen, they still don't know if Aaron Rodgers. Can we have a conversation about this guy finally, man? I mean, this has been his memo his whole career, man. Spoiled brat. They left me on the bench too long during the draft. I'll make up my own mind. I take ayahuasca. Don't give me your vaccine. Whatever, man. Like if you're playing, play. Say you're playing. Let the team work around you, man. But you gotta hold the team hostage, where they can probably go out and get a quarterback in the future. They go out and get you a receiver. They actually go out and get you a receiver because you're complaining you only got DK to give the ball to. And what do? You still don't commit to them. You know, and you know why? Because you gotta be that guy. Why you gotta be that guy? You gotta be that guy. I'll tell you one thing that I like though. Dallas just picked up 2 more picks in this draft. Now, far be it, it's on day 2, day 3, the late day 2, day 3, but still capital nonetheless. And listen, judging by the way this draft is gone, there are so many good players that are making it to the second round. I think they're going to pick up Kendrick Fuck next. By the way, Steelers got to. What do Steelers got to do right now? Steelers got to shore up their line. Who's out there for the Steelers on the defensive line? They could pick up Fuck if they want. They could pick up T.J. Parker. They could pick up Akeem Mesidor. Yeah, I see all that. C.J. Allen Rodriguez. They could pick up. They could pick up Jamon McCoy. Avion Terrell, though. Avion Terrell is another one whose stock is falling, but that's a bitch of a player. D'Angelo Pons, he's out there still. I think the pick is in. The Steelers pick is in, and they're playing Thunderstruck, like somebody's supposed to be impressed by that. Shut up. Shut up. What am I looking at right now? They're playing a video? Oh my gosh, Ricky. This is going out to you, Ricky. I'll edit and cut it up to you. You're not embarrassed by your team right now? So, first of all, Thunderstruck, whatever. Now they're playing some video where everybody's throwing the towels and we're supposed to listen to this? Like, we care? Sounds like Queen. Do we care? Look at them screaming and holding on to it. And they're singing their team song like, oh my gosh. I don't understand what a Steeler is. I don't, but explain this to me. What a loser. Oh, they're rocking out now. Oh, and you're not embarrassed. You're not embarrassed by your football team. I get heat for being America's team, your team, by the way, and hate every day and all of my grill piece every day. But this is what you bring to the table? All I want is the air that I breathe. Shut up. Listen to me carefully, man. No one cares. And I mean, no one cares. Oh my gosh, what do you got? Jack Lambert, Lynn Swan. What do you got? Frico Harris, Stallworth, Too Tall, Mean Joe Green. Who thought was a cowboy? Hey kid. Actually, I like Mean Joe Green in the Coke commercial. That was a very good commercial when we were growing up. That's about it. I look at them, they all come out in towels. One of them wearing, what are they? Come on, you're not embarrassed by this. Look at this site. Oh my gosh. Watch them come and take a quarterback just to actually mess with everybody's day. Yeah. Hold on, the pick is probably in. I'll read it before. Oh, you know what they took? They took, oh my gosh, they took that physical specimen from Africa, I think. This guy's a monster. But absolutely just started playing football 3 days ago, so nobody really knows where he's going. Oh my gosh, the Dallas Cowboys are gonna get a linebacker or defense. Are you telling me I have a shot at a linebacker and I got a shot at a defensive end? A plus, A plus, A plus. I may get Caleb Downs and I may get Jamon McCoy. And I double dog dare you to throw the ball in the Dallas Cowboys. Double dog dare you. By the way, the Chargers are. Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. He's a physical. Hey, I'm not gonna say it, man. Take it how you want it, man. He's one of them players that make you proud to be black and all that. You know what I mean? Makes you proud. Put your chip right here. You know what I mean? Makes me want to go eat vegetables and do push-ups. I'm doing push-ups anyway because I got a little competition thing going down. But he makes you want to do more. You know what I mean? And eat like half a cow. You know what I mean? And get some fufu on it. You know what I mean? And some giraffe rice and listen to the ancestors when you're seasoning it and all that. He's a specimen. He's a specimen. He brings the heat. I'm gonna tell you that much. He brings the heat. And I'm gonna tell you right now, he's a basketball player too when he started. I'm gonna tell you right now, their quarterback's gonna get some protection. Now he's gonna make some mistakes. He's young, you know, hasn't been playing that long, grew up in the position. But listen, he packs a wall up. I mean, if you look at his tape now, he gets in there. He gets in there and he does what he's supposed to do. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be hard to get out. It's gonna be hard to get on the outside of him. You know what I mean? And listen, he's in practice with Watt. You know what I mean? So you got TJ Watt in practice. He's gonna learn. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. You know what? For Pittsburgh, who obviously that is mean and ugly too, mad, monstrous. Got that brother in him. You know what I mean? That's a great pick by Pittsburgh. I'm not gonna lie. I actually like that pick by Pittsburgh. And you can tell by the fact that he's touched like this, he's gonna play his heart out for them. And you know what? He might be an all-star. You know what he is? He's a diamond in the rough. If you chisel him and get down to the core of who he is, you got a dynamic football player there. You got somebody good there. Look at that. Oh, everybody pictures going home now. Look at them dancing like this. Come on. Do we have to watch this? I mean, for all that you say about me being a cowboy and all the heat you give me, I don't do this. This is crazy. Come on. Grow up. All right. So the Chargers got their picking. I think Eisen just mentioned, by the way, I'm going to send the shout out to Rich Eisen right now. You're the best in the game. Nobody does it better than you. You know what I mean? You don't have to scream at anybody and make all kind of noise to get your point across. You do it in a very calm and entertaining way. And I'm going to tell you right now, Rich Eisen, I'm a fan. You're the best in the game. So let's listen. This is the draft of offensive tackles. And I'm glad it went that way. I needed offensive players to come off the board because right now everybody's coming down. And I got who picks that? Oh my gosh. This is going to be a very, very interesting Dallas Cowboy pick right now. Let me see. Their pick is in. Akeem Mensador. Okay, they took a pass rusher. I'm not mad at that because I need a pass rusher too. And for me on my board was a Mensador, and right after that was Kendrick Falk. And Kendrick Falk has been linked to the Cowboys as well. But so is Jacob Rodriguez because they really like him. And CJ Allen is probably the most complete quarterback linebacker in the league right now. And you know what? That's somebody with a bit of a chip that I wouldn't mind grabbing too, because I'm sure he's not happy he went down that long. But oh my gosh, if the Cowboys actually take Javon McCoy, I mean, if they take Jermon McCoy right now, and I'm going to save it, I'm a bit late on the ball right now. Well, no, not anymore because I'm going to the up to the date highlights. I'm not waiting for them. That's a really good pick for Miami, though. I mean, for the Chargers, that's a really good pick for the Chargers. He's got a good motor. Very underrated though. Very underrated. And listen, he's the number 4 to come off the board. I got him at number 4. I got him at number 4. I really like this guy. I really like this guy. I don't. Between him and Falk, I'm good with those two players. Falk is kind of a scheme thing. Is he right for the scheme? Not sure yet. But look, I need DBs. I need linebackers. I need defense. But it's only going to make me have to go out and get things in free agency. But I'm going to tell you something. Why Dallas? Another reason why we don't win a lot. We don't have veteran leadership on the team. You got to need veterans. Plus, you got all these young murderers out there. Bring a old man or two in there. We're good. I know one thing about Dallas Cowboys. Do not run against the Dallas Cowboys. And depending on who we get next, please don't throw the ball. Please don't throw the ball. Again, I'm tempted to look and see who we pick first. I don't want to do it. I want it to be Christmas again. You know why? Because I love Christmas. I'm gonna tell you right now, no matter how you feel about it, I miss Christmas. I truly do. I'm a Christmaser. Okay. I love a chocolate. I love thick blankets. I love the warmth. I love the love and the glow of the Christmas tree. I'm a Christmas guy. Now, obviously, I didn't want to be taking this big, this deep, but the fact that the players that I still want are still out there, we got 4 minutes. I'm going to take a break because I need to relax. I need a drink right now. Not a funny drink, not an adult beverage, because we don't need to do that. It's Thursday. I'm enjoying the draft right now. I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to get some agua, maybe. A little agua. Hydrate the body. Make the body feel good. I'm back in the gym working out. You can see it. I'm slimming down. You can see the Guru's going back to Hollywood sometime this year. I'm getting back in shape. You all know that's going down. So let me take a break, hydrate the body, and get excited about my next pick because I'm telling you right now, depending on who it is on this list right now, Dallas is still in the draft. Brother Stock Ball, the Guru. I'll be right back. Breaking news. And that was, by the way, I decided to get a cup of tea. Keep your body healthy. George Pickens signed his franchise tag today. Cowboys said they have no intentions of trading him. It just gets better and better. My pick is, and you probably know who it is right now. Let's find out who it is right now. Because I want the element of surprise. Surprise. I like Lawrence. Okay, you're looking at me. I didn't like the pick. Um, you know what? I'm gonna leave this to a coach's decision. I you know what I love about the player is the way he gets at the ball, and we need a player that's gonna actually attack the ball. But and we have an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he tested on the combine in the top for defensive edges. He was top 10%. I'm gonna could I have shored up the linebackers, the secondary? Yeah, but I'll tell you what. Listen to this: Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, Rashad Perry, Lawrence, Caleb Downs. Now, do I think they could have made a bigger splash? Probably. Am I happy as a bug in a rug? Where did I have Lawrence, by the way? I had Lawrence up there. Okay, I had Lawrence just after Mesidor. So, you know, you know, he's next in line. So we got the next best player in line. I'm not mad at that. I could have I could have thought about a little bit. I could have thought, I'm not gonna lie, I could have thought about a linebacker a little bit, but to be honest, nobody's really in love with the linebacker core after Sonny's and let's face it, we picked up more draft capital, so there might be somebody down there waiting for us. You know what I mean? So and we already showed we're not afraid to draft up. Oh my god, it's just a good day to be a cowboy, isn't it? And with the news that we have no intentions on trading Pickens, that means Jorge's back. That means the offense is back. And I'm gonna say it. Where did I want my defense? Not last. Where's my defense right now? Not last. The Cowboys. I'm gonna say it right now. Look me in my big brown eyes. Look at the baby browns right now. Don't get lost in them. If you do, it's your fault. You get lost in the baby browns right now, it's your fault. I warned you. But I'm happy. I'm not gonna act like I'm unhappy. I'm very happy to be a Dallas Cowboy right now. Extremely happy. The Dallas Cowboys made me happy today. I am a happy Darrow. Good times. Good times. Good times to be what they call a Dallas Cowboy. You feel me? Let's see if I'm out here in the stratosphere of the universe. I guess I am. It's kind of from here. Um, so we got a defensive edge rusher. that means we're looking at uh who we looking at? We're looking at who's left out there? Wagner? Who's left out there? Bobby Wagner? Bobby Wagner Center? Obviously we're gonna go out and get a linebacker somewhere in this draft. A receiver wouldn't hurt either. By the way, there's some great receivers left out there too. By the way, Jordan McCoy, I can't believe he's still out there. There's some great receivers out there too. By the way, Miami, if you want to shore up your defense, grab McCoy. Grab McCoy. McCoy and your defensive tackle Parker. That's an A+ draft on defense, my friend. especially in your rebuild phase. If you're looking to rebuild from there, listen, you picked up. Okay, we gave you Jalen Tolbert. Listen, by the way, Jalen Tolbert, and who was the last one we gave you? Our last third receivers on Dallas and went to Miami. You got Tutu Atwell, who I love, and now that Tutu Atwell is going to be a starting receiver, you may get something out of him as well. Especially we signed a lot of players, but Miami, you need help everywhere. You know what I mean? You're like that. Yeah, I won't say it because I might offend people, but you need help everywhere. So we got the Bears on the clock now. Bears need running back help. Bears need safety help. You could probably see McCoy go right now. Let's get to this right here. Yeah, I said receiver right away. Casey Concepcion, and I love this player. Casey Concepcion, I love this player. He's next on my board for receivers, and I love the kid. In fact, I thought he was going to go sooner. And if you think about it, so far it's been an offensive lineman and receiver draft. Not surprising. Surprising that they kind of went up that early, but not surprising. Did the Browns grab him? Really? Sorry, they're on the clock. I like this if the Browns did it. Sorry, I thought Chicago grabbed him. Great pick for the Browns, man. Great pick for the Browns. Smaller brother, but great. Fast as all hell. Probably the best hands in the draft. Catches everything near him. But again, you're looking at a slot receiver. You're looking at a punt returner. But you're looking at a player that's just he gets away from you. Like his first step, he's gone. He's gone. Has a couple of drop issues though. Needs a bit of stick him on the hands. But you throw a screen to him, he's gone. He's gone. He's got that Tariq Hill feel, like that smaller breakaway speed that you're just not catching. So he might get leveled in the NFL just for having bigger and faster players. But I'm telling you right now, he gets separated. I like this receiver a lot. And if you need that kind of gadget player too, he's your guy. And it's about time that Cleveland took a receiver like this. He's going to definitely compliment Judy. Judy's going to be very happy that he's over there because whether you like it or not, you have to pay attention to him. You're going to have to account for him on the field because he will torch you. He will burn you. So you got Junkins over there now. Um, you got Fano blocking the line. Listen, good work by the Browns this year. Good work by the Browns this year. And good that they're calling Shedeur the starter and not Deshaun Watson. By the way, before Deshaun Watson went out, I mean, and I'm not talking about that Sheffield went out. Before he went out with the last injury and had to sit out the whole year, he wasn't playing at his best anyway. So for me, you know what I'm saying? By the way, another thing that I like about what happened in this draft, Dallas had draft capital and used it for team needs. They ended up with a number one in his position, which is crazy. I don't know how we do it. Knock on something. But Caleb Downs made it down to 11, and we got Caleb Downs. There's no way he should have made it to 11. I had him going at least between 3 and 7. I did not think he would get past the Commanders at all, like at all. And it was him and Sonny Styles. You know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna take another break. We're almost getting there. We're almost getting there. At Frisco, expect a phone call during the Frisco pick. You and I both know who's calling. It's Brother Stock Boss, the Guru. We'll be right back. Sip some tea, people. By the way, summer's coming up. If you're like me, you don't feel too good about it. I need summer. All right, we'll be right back. Mm. What up, beautiful people? And we are back. So listen, Chicago took the safety, Thiemann that I was talking about. Great player, and I'm surprised he went that late. And good pick for Chicago. Chicago's on the ball right now. That puts okay. Interesting for Buffalo. Puts Buffalo on the clock right now. Buffalo needs offensive line help, and they also need edge and wide receiver help. Um, let's see who's out there for them. Omar Cooper Jr. Is he gone? Let me see if Omar Cooper Jr. is gone. I cannot remember. Hold on. Hold on. Do I see Omar Cooper Jr.? No, Omar Cooper Jr. is still out there. And the fact, it's surprising me. Oh, I thought he was gone. That's why I didn't make any noise that Concepcion went before him. I think he's perfect there, primed for them. Yeah, Omar Cooper Jr. With the Bills. I think that there's your stand-up pick right now. I think that's the guy you want. I know if I'm Josh Allen, I know I need a receiver to throw the ball to. Like they have to kind of go receiver, don't they? Don't they have to go receiver? If you're looking at the Bills right now, don't you think you have to go receiver? I say they have to go receiver. If it's me, they're going receiver. I'm sorry. Like it's just a need that they have. Wait a minute. I think there's a trade. I think the Bills traded that pick to another trade, kids. I think the Bills traded that to the Texans. What are the Texans looking for? The Texans got everything they need on defense. Listen, if the Texans draft defense, shame for all of us because they're going to. In fact, if CJ Stroud doesn't play as good as as good as he plays in the last couple of years, and they still look at defense, we're all in trouble. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. We are all in trouble. I can't imagine what why they would trade out. They must have interesting. So they did. So from 30 to 27. So 30 to 27. No, 37. They must have a lot of capital because they're not. I don't even think they're picking in the first round now. I don't even think Buffalo's. I think Buffalo's not even in the first round. That's interesting, isn't it? Buffalo would actually trade themselves out of the first round. Why? I gotta see that trade too. Is it right now? Not making a lot of sense to me. So Houston and James Buffalo. By the way, guys, I know you love me. And I know you're out there, and if you're out there, please do me a favor. Um, subscribe, uh, share, and like this video, please. Let's change that algorithm this year. By the way, I have a lot of things coming up this year, and we're going to be 10 times more interactive. I'm going to be at places around the city that you love. So please join me this year. We're going to be bigger, better. And I kind of feel like I say that every year, but this year it's true. All right. So they traded down 2 spots. What for though? So Buffalo won't be scheduled at 26. They're now at 28. But what else did they pick up? Okay. So they got 28. So they got it. Yeah. Mm, I guess. It looks like they got a second. They got a first and a second, or is that a third? Yeah, they got a third, early third. Good pick. Ruffledge, yeah, good pick. Offensive guard. They need help on the line. I mean, we all know that. Yeah. Look, he's one of those players that puts his head down, and he's a guard too. He's like a prototypical guard where kind of like he could be a Zach Martin, where he takes care of the person in front of him and just moves him, just gets him out of the way, and he's got a high motor, and he's exactly. Listen, I'm going to tell you something about the way teams are drafting this year. Very smart, very smart. I am going to question. I have a few questions. Uh, my you know, I, I guess there was nothing sexy that I was going to get late in the second round. Uh, I don't know how I feel about my draft yet. My second pick, but come on, I'm still at an A plus. That puts who on the clock now? That puts Miami. Miami has a shot at another receiver. Miami needs a receiver. Okay, let's face it. Miami needs everything. Um, Omar Cooper Jr. right now. Ted Hurst, by the way, my inside bubble. Somebody's gonna, you know what? Cowboys might think about that too. So let's look at it. If the Cowboys were gonna trade George Pickens, which they obviously said they're not, it would have made sense for him to sign that franchise tag. Obviously, he's gonna play on the franchise tag. Well, hopefully. We'll see what happens when the agent gets involved. Obviously, he has the agent that Jerry Jones hates in the league right now. Nothing you can really do about that. That's just the way the cookie crumbled in that circumstance. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting because the teams that needed uh and let's tell the truth about this draft, okay? Which is why I think the players that I wanted so late got to me. I needed an edge rusher. I got a top 4 edge rusher, and nobody and to drop down spots and still get him is unheard of. Really, like seriously unheard of. Caleb Downs dropping to 11. Oh my gosh, couldn't be more Christmas. But I think it's because teams drafted this year, like their teams needed me. Like they didn't actually go for the sexy pick. The Giants did though, because I'm still not going to understand Arvell Reese. I know the name is big. I know the player is big. I just don't know where he fits on that team, especially when you let Miami grab the best tackle in the draft, and you need a tackle. You just got rid of your tackle. I don't know. Then you come back and you get offensive guard, and I get that. You need a tackle, but you still don't have a wide receiver. I don't know, Giants. I had high hopes for you coming in the draft. I thought you were going to do some damage, but I don't know. Let's see if we can get on the old horn here, my friends, and call my man and see what he thinks about his pick. Because his people are up next. But who I have, I'm connected. I'm connected. Okay, we're gonna call him the boss. We're gonna get first pick. By the way, New York Knicks are playing tonight. By the way, let me get this out of the way. For those of you, I'm going to take a side from Maul right now. For those of you in the Montreal area, I have 3 words for you. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Go Habs, go. Okay, that's all we're worried about right now. Your Montreal Canadiens need to make it to the Coupe Stanley, and I'll tell you why. You deserve it. Okay, it's been a while. It's our cup. We know that. We know it's our cup. It's time to come home. Come on, we miss you. So send all your love to your Montreal Canadiens, and let's make it happen. All right? Let's get in the Stanley Cup. Let's make it happen. If you want to watch the game, you want to have fun after the game, you come see me at the restaurant. You come see me at the bar. You know what I'm going to have for you? Tell you what, smile on my face. You know why? I love you. That's simple. Let it go. All right. Okay. So, Rich Johnson. Of course, still out there, and I don't get that. Let's call the boss, shall we? Hold on. See if we can get him through the machine. Hold on. We're going to do this. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Okay, so you went with Chris Johnson, and I don't really understand it because Jordan McCoy was still out there. Jermon McCoy's still out there, and you went with Chris Johnson. Now, I know everybody's afraid of the knee injury, but he did come back in that pro thing that he had, and he ran a 4.1. And I'm not saying Chris Johnson is bad. He's a bad quarterback, but I think Jermon McCoy is a bad, bad boy. But it's obvious teams are worried about that knee. He didn't play for a year. He came back, but he came back and ran a 4.1, and he looked amazing. True, true, and I can't say you're wrong because you know what? And I thought we were going to take him, but Jerry said no red shirt. You didn't want anybody coming on the field that couldn't play, so I got to give you credit for that. I got to give you guys credit for that. You didn't actually go for the sexy pick. You took the pick that you actually needed. No, I can't get mad at you. Just wanted you to know I enjoyed your pick, and he's a solid DB. Don't get it twisted. He's a solid DB. And don't forget, you got the Giants fucked up the draft for me, in my mind. The Giants they just got rid of their defensive tackle, probably number 2 defensive tackle in the game, and they had a chance at the best defensive tackle in the game, and they took an offensive lineman. So, but Caleb Downs is a Dallas Cowboy, and I have you to thank for it. And it's Christmas in April, my friend. All right, brother. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, did Frisco trade? Why is Frisco at 30? They did. They traded down. I guess they figured there was out there. But Jermon McCoy's out there. Now let's see. First of all, let's make sure. Okay. Wait a minute. What is going on with the board right now? Jermon McCoy. Oh, he's not answering.
Remember what?
Oh, he's there.
I'm answering.
He decided to be a
here.
man and answer. Did you see what you got in the trade? The trade down?
Third. Pretty good.
Did you see? But did you see what you traded for?
We moved down 3, and we got a third for it.
You got a what for it?
The 90th, a third.
Okay, you got a
Pick
third
or
rounder. That's
something.
not
So,
bad. By
back
the
3
way,
spots.
Jermon McCoy's still out there. That would be a great pick for you guys.
I actually fucking the offensive lineman that the Patriots just 28 kid from Utah. I still think line is where we have to go. Well, too many of these guys off the board.
Why the hell do you sound like that? Do I have something on that's not supposed to be on?
My God, this guy. This
I
button.
probably do. I probably have one of those. Hold on a second. I probably have a focal thing.
Hold on.
Do I?
I call.
Okay. I don't know what's going on right now, but I like the voice, so I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it on.
No. Thanks.
You sound like
No,
Barry White right
what-
now, but I don't care.
Oh.
So
Sexy.
what are you looking at right now with this pick? Where does your team need to go? Actually, KC jumped in front of you,
Man.
but are you thinking wide receiver?
The
Are you
run.
thinking DB?
Offensive
They're all gone.
line.
They're all gone.
They're all.
Gone. My
there's-
top 5
there's
are
a-
gone.
Well, good thing that top 10.
Hold on a second. Let me just do this. Let me take you off and bring you back.
Trouble with the technical side of this. Like it's
Okay.
a phone call. You calling me on the
Wait,
phone?
we're good. Hold on. Now say it again. Yeah, instant Barry White. I'll leave it on the speaker because I can't have you talking like
Hold
that.
on.
Things happen. What are you gonna do? Okay, all the offensive linemen are gone. The top 5 are gone. And let's face it, it's been an offensive lineman draft. Like there's no 2 ways around that.
There's more. There's a lot of teams in college football. Okay.
Are there? Is that like you trying to be like? Are you serious? There's a lot of teams that go. There's more fish in the sea. What else do you got?
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
Oh my gosh! Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Oh boy.
The sweeter the berry, the darker the juice, baby.
Oh my God. What?
The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Sweeter the berry, the darker the juice. I gotta write that one down. I'm gonna keep that.
That's all you, baby. That's all you.
If I get divorced, I'm hooking up with a sister, and I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be like,
By the way, I wouldn't put if in front of that. It's more like when you get divorced. Wait a minute. Let me try this.
Wow.
Let me try this. Okay, let's try this. Let's see if we can get back to normal. Okay, where you at? Are you still Barry White? Oh wait, now I can't even hear you. Hold on. Talk again.
No, I can't do this. I talk again? Hey,
Yeah, you're Barry White.
I got.
Okay, no, you're good. You're good.
No, this is crazy.
Oh no,
Okay.
you're not. Let's go back.
Fine with it.
By the way,
Chiefs, the Chiefs.
great pick.
worst draft show you've ever done.
Never.
Saying something.
Never. It's never. It's been on me, and everybody's thoroughly entertained. By the way, Peter Woods went to KC, and that's a huge, great pick. That's a great defensive tackle they got over there. I mean, I think I had him at number.
I like the draft party this guy's got set up. Do you see this? He makes everyone dress in white, and he looks like a fat leprechaun. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who does that? Seriously, like, we gotta. Unbelievable. I'm glad we didn't draft him. I want people like that on my team.
No, but that's a great pick. That's a seriously great pick.
Okay, the Niners have decided not to trade the pick. The pick is in. Honestly, I don't. No way. They traded it again?
No, wait, no, they didn't.
They did. They traded it to the Jets. Oh my god.
Oh my
These guys.
gosh. What are they
But you know what,
doing?
though? But you know what, though? That means they're going to get one of the top picks in the second and probably another third. So
There's still players left out there.
No, for sure. Like you're going to end up moving back 5 picks in your pick. Well, yeah, okay. So we get 33. So we move back another 3 picks, and then we get like a 5th. Nah, I don't like that at all.
So you got the number 1 pick on day 2. Sorry.
Yep. So we move back a couple spots.
So yeah, but you still got players out there. Who's out there?
No, there is, but it's like
You still got CJ Allen. You still got CJ Allen.
But all you got is 179. So you added what is that, a 5th?
Yeah,
Like
that's ugly.
It's like
Okay, you got Avion Terrell. You got D'Angelo Pond.
you know the advantage though of trading out of the first round is your cap hit and your contracts that you're giving up.
Yeah,
Second round picks severely lower
yeah.
than the first round money. So that's I can see on a team that's got to be a little bit cognizant of their cap space and the salary. I can get on board with this.
But the Jets are out here playing chess, though.
Yeah, they've added a few nice pieces, but I mean, again, Geno Smith is your quarterback, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, man. And okay,
I wanted to talk about Mekhi Lemon.
But can I say something? They got
How did he fall to 20? Because I watched him quite a bit this year at USC, and it was like,
well, he's insane. Like I thought for sure he was going to the Rams, and Rams are going to the Super Bowl because the Rams were really talking about him a lot.
The Rams taking in a team that's built to win now, they did nothing in the first round to make them
nothing.
better.
They got the quarterback of the future, but and for what, 1 season? Stafford's not coming back after next year.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna bow out. This draft party has been a bit of a dud.
But because he doesn't get a pick. He's like, I'm taking my ball and going home.
Like Barry White, this guy's still having trouble with the volley.
Okay, but wait a minute. What do you think about Aaron Rodgers not making a choice for Pittsburgh right now? Because Pittsburgh could have picked up a quarterback.
Well, they're picking up a quarterback tomorrow. 100% to pick up.
But they have to, don't they? They have to. They have to pick up a quarterback in this draft.
The Jets got Omar Cooper. I like that pick. That's a good
The Jets are playing chess right now. They got maybe the number 4 receiver. They got the number 1 tight end, and they got the number 1 defensive lineman. They have a bitch of a draft this year.
They just need a quarterback, though. That's the thing. But, like, I do like this kid.
They're waiting for next year.
Yeah, that might be the thing. They're like, you know what? 1 more season, and then we'll get the... But that's risky business, too, man.
And don't forget, the Jets and Cowboys have 2 picks in the draft next year. They got 2 more.
You know what they did here, though? Like, I know for a fact the Raiders are choked right now because I think they were thinking maybe there's a chance we could stack Mendoza with his number 1 target. You know what I mean? That would have been a fucking
the Raiders.
Move.
The Raiders got butt fucked more than anybody this year. Like, if you're the Raiders, you're not happy. And I thought for sure Max Crosby was coming off that board. I thought somebody was going to trade for Max Crosby for sure.
I was kind of thinking that too. It makes me wonder
if he's
surgery and himself is a little bit murkier than people thought, because maybe they're like, you know what, we can't really give up too much for guys. But you know, that's good for the Raiders too. If they end up keeping Crosby, that's not a loss.
True. And by the way, I thought Omar Cooper Jr. was going to the Bills. I literally, because the Bills got to get a receiver, don't they?
The Bills traded back
Twice, but they got to get a receiver, don't they? I mean, who's left? Receiver wise, you got here's another good one. Hold on. There's 2 more. Hunt, by the way, is it Hunt or Hurt? He's my sleeper. He's a really, really good receiver. Denzel Boston is left. But they've got to get a receiver the first pick. Don't they? Or is it just me? They need offensive linemen, but okay, I say but you guys traded yourself out of the first round and literally really didn't pick up any capital.
A third and a
Like,
fifth?
5 spots? To move back 5 spots?
Dallas has 3 fifth-round picks. I don't think a fifth is going to mean anything this year.
No, it's not. It's the third, but I think maybe it's yeah, I don't know.
And we picked up a third or a fourth. I think it was a fourth we picked up. Because we didn't have a
The
second.
Bills, don't tell me the Bills traded again.
No, they didn't.
Oh, they did it again.
What the fuck is going on? Is that Tennessee?
3 picks. They've traded. So Buffalo and San Fran have got the same mentality. They're just like, keep trading back, keep on acquiring draft capital.
Yeah.
They've obviously got plans for the later rounds.
This
Buffalo,
is.
man, that's what, 3 picks in the last 20 minutes?
It feels like 10 minutes. As fast as this has been going.
And now the Titans are on the clock and the pick is in. Interesting.
Wow. Seattle has to draft a running back, don't they?
I think Titans got to go defense here. Like, they picked up their wide receiver.
Yeah. Or find him a compliment to go with him.
Yeah, if they sneak Boston here, that's interesting. And I'm curious to see what Seattle does with the fucking last pick of the day, because
They got Sadiq. That's such a good pick. That's such a good pick.
for the Jets.
The Jets, yeah. That's such a good pick for the Jets.
Yeah, that kid's a freak, man. What he was doing at the combine. But again, you gotta pump the brakes a little bit. How many times have people gotten excited about what happened at the combine, and then by the time the season starts, it's like, okay, this guy can't play.
Well, okay.
So-
I think they pick up McCoy right now. I cannot believe McCoy's on the board still. I mean, obviously people are afraid about that knee, but come on, he's too good of a player to not go in the first round. Falk is another
did you hear
player
that?
Falk is another player.
320,000 people in Pittsburgh at the draft.
You know why? What
That's
else?
crazy. Huh? Where's all these? Where are they hanging out? Like, where is
But
this?
that's the thing. What else are you gonna do in Pittsburgh? There's nothing to do. Oh, Kendrick Falk, good fucking pick. Good
Yeah, that's
pick,
good
Tennessee.
setup.
Good pick. That's actually the edge that I wanted.
Let's talk about Dallas for a second.
Oh,
How
please.
happy are you with what you did? You got your boy.
I'm a picking shit. And I got my edge rusher. And I got a hands-on, mean, ugly edge rusher. Like I listen, I'm telling you, there was a chance that I gave up. I gave up on Caleb Downs maybe 2 months ago. Because Caleb Downs was like, for the last maybe 4 months until the combine, he was slated to go to Dallas. But there was no way he was coming to Dallas when the day started. Like, no way. The fact that we got Caleb Downs is insane. And you can bullshit all you want to about Yellow Jackets. He is the one player in this draft that could be a future Yellow Jacket.
Okay. The one player in the draft in the Yellow Jacket. Yeah.
Give me another one. David Boston? Is he going to be a Golden Jacket? Who? Sonny Styles?
No,
Mansour Delane?
That's the guy. No, Sonny's my guy. That's the one that. But I'll admit, those 2 players that you guys picked, that's
We're definitely not
pretty good fits.
Yeah, and not only that, we're definitely not the last place defense in the league this year. Plus they're doing.
No.
But-
I think you guys. God damn it! There's Robert Saleh fucking right in the mix again. Tired of watching our DC fucking shuffling off, coaching other teams.
Robert Saleh's gone? Oh no,
He's
Robert's
coach for Tennessee now.
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Oh God, the guru.
I'll tell you why. Because what do I care about what happens with your team and your coaches? What do I care? What do I care? Do you know what you are? You know what they call you?
Oh, yeah.
A 49er. They call you a 40. Okay, does Seattle need a running back?
No.
Really?
Why
Where do
would
you,
they need a running back? Didn't they pick up fucking who did they pick up in free agency?
No,
Charbonnet.
Charbonnet was there anyway.
No, but who did they pick up in free agency to go with Charbonnet? They picked up somebody.
I got it right here.
Was it-
Hold
was
on.
it-
No, Algier went to
was it
Tampa.
to another committee?
Yeah. Hold on. I got it here. Hold on. It's like I care about these people. Hold on. I don't care.
Shuffling his papers.
I don't. Yeah.
Shuffling. Keep shuffling.
That's right. I'm shuffling off the Buffalo, baby. 49ers, nobody cares. No, they didn't pick up a running back. They didn't replace him. No, they didn't.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for our seventh consecutive NFL draft. It is Brothers Talk Ball. It is the idiot on the other side in the worst city in North America. And we're going to be bigger, badder, and better this year. By the way, sir, your team is garbage and they did nothing in the first round. Is this like the fourth year in a row you haven't had a first round pick? It's got to be the fourth year in a row, no? Fifth? Maybe you had one last year, but I would say 5 out of the last 6 years you haven't had a pick in the first round. That's an amazing franchise. And you wonder why they're always a bridesmaid. You wonder why.
You know what? I gotta go.
Good, get out of here. Nobody likes you. Beat it, scram. Okay, we're on our last pick of the draft, people. It has been a good one, and I mean a really good one. In case you didn't hear, in case nobody told you, Caleb Downs is a Dallas Cowboy. And we got a murky, speedy, bendy, tough defensive edge in Lawrence. My goodness, it is good to be a Cowboy, isn't it? It is good to be a Cowboy. And why is... Wait a minute. Hold on. Seattle's still on the clock? Yeah, Seattle's on the clock and the pick is in. I say Seattle has to go running back. Obviously, you know what? They may even beef up the defensive end, defensive edge this year because I think Marcus Lawrence is gone this year. I don't know. I don't know if we re-signed. Once you leave Dallas, you're basically on your own. I got nothing to do with you. Cassius Howell is still out there, and so is TJ Parker if they want a defensive end. They can go linebacker right now too, though. So CJ Allen or Jacob Lawrence and Jamar McCoy is still out there. Like, somebody take him. I know he's going to be there on day 2. I have a lot of 5s to mess around with. I'd love to give a couple of 5s to jump up and go grab them and just really steal this draft. But obviously, because of those leg issues, teams are just not set on trying to think about grabbing him. But I think it's a big mistake because I truly do believe, and I mean this in all sincerity, he might be the best DB in the draft. I think people are just gun shy about the leg. And here's the thing, too. Maybe it's Tony Montana. Maybe you know something I don't know. Like what? Like how bad his leg is, Tony. How bad his leg is. You made that deal, not me. Yeah? He's in the second round, and maybe I stole him. Oh, you stole it. Let's just say we do it from here. You're the boss. That's right. You're the boss. Caleb Downs and the Dallas Cowboys. I love it. Round of applause. Round of applause for Caleb Downs and the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, Seattle, let's get this pick in because I'm done with the draft and I'm done with you. Like, I shouldn't be here waiting this long anyway. Let's be real, okay? Until it how it is. You're the Seattle Seahawks. Calm down. The Seahawks pick is in. Let's see who they got, shall we? The Seahawks take I say Gerard McCoy. And if they do, it's gonna be a big move. It's gonna be a big move. Here we go. Last pick in the 2026 draft, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. At 12, nobody cares. Wow. I love it. Relax. Yeah, they took a running back. I told you. They got to take a running back, and that's a good pick. Listen, you got the number 2 running back in the draft, and listen, great pick. Great pick. Um, how could you lose on that though? I mean, either gonna go mid to late second round. Um, and listen, they got a really good running back right there. And obviously it fell to them, and obviously it's a position of need, and he's gonna do well in that offense. Obviously, we know Seattle is a running team. You know, Charbonnet is hard for him to stay on the field. He's coming off a big injury right now, and they can use this young kid. But listen, he's good out of the backfield catching the ball. He has great vision down the field, and he hits like a champ. Listen, great pick. Shout out to Scuba. You're gonna love this kid. Um, and listen, he's slept on. He is seriously slept on because, Jeremiah Love was so loved in this draft. But I'm telling you right now, my friend, great pick. And to go along with Charbonnet, to go along with Jackson Smith, to go along, well, Cooper Cup, a bit long in the tooth there. That's a reach there. But, let's tell the truth. His career was rejuvenated, and Cooper Cup has 2 chips now. So you can't say nothing about Cooper Cup. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's highlights of the draft. Your Dallas Cowboys draft winners. Draft winners. New York Giants. Don't understand them. I'm gonna talk to my New York Giant after I get off right now and ask him what his problem is. But let's get out of here. It's me. It's the Guru. It is Brothers Talk Ball. Thank you for joining me. I will get to you this week, and we will wrap it up with that crazy partner of mine. So have a good one. Take care. I have nothing but love for you, and I will see you this week. It is your boy, the Guru. Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Please subscribe, share, like.